What's going on, everybody? My name's Landon. You're watching Blockchained. Make sure to check out the Typerium ICO mailing list. It's one of the hottest ICOs that's going to be launching this year. I'm personally very excited about the project. So make sure you go and sign up for that mailing list so you can check it out for yourself when they launch. Today's another dismal day in this bearish market of cryptocurrencies. Everybody's not doing too good. Red across the board, unfortunately. There's really only a couple green, and they're just a fraction of a percent. 0.50 for Tether, and it's Tether, so I mean they're up 1 cent on the dollar, but it's relatively stable for now until we see what's going to happen with Tether, which seems to just be on the back burner right now. I haven't heard much news about that lately. Moving on to the biggest news of the day, probably the biggest news of this week. I heard about it before I even got the news on my computer. When I was out today, somebody that knows I'm interested in cryptocurrency had mentioned that Google had just banned all advertisement regarding cryptocurrency. That's not going to happen until June, but nevertheless, they are on board with Facebook now. A number of American credit card companies and one financial institution in Canada, TD Bank, has banned the purchase for its users of cryptocurrency. A lot of companies like Facebook and now Google are banning the advertisement of ICOs, particularly. Google and Facebook both are blanket term pretty much all cryptocurrencies, not able to get any ads on those platforms. It's more, in my opinion, and as I discussed with a friend of mine today, he was wondering why all these big companies are essentially ganging up on cryptocurrency. And he thought it was just a bad sentiment. In my opinion, it is more to protect the consumers because the volatility of these markets set the stage for some pretty shady marketing tactics. And some of these coins can be advertised as a very lucrative and solid investment when in reality they're not even a good coin, such as BitConnect or Davor coin. There's a number of those type of coins, either bad actors or coins that just don't have a good project behind them or a good development team or really much of anything, can still get good gains in any given day, and those numbers can then be advertised to somebody that's not really aware of what cryptocurrency is, because it's a completely different ballgame than other securities such as the stock market. Yes, they're using the same technical analysis, the same charting tactics, etc., etc. However, the volatility and the complications behind the actual tech that's behind stocks or companies versus the tech that's behind all of these blockchain decentralized applications are very, very different. And you can't just jump in from one good ad and be rich or just get a good tip. You generally have to know what you're investing in these markets, and I think it's just protecting the consumer more than anything right now until there's more public education, until society has time to really wrap their finger around this. It's just going to take time for everybody that's unaware of cryptocurrency to be aware, and be aware enough that they can actually invest in some of these opportunities that are obviously there. I think it is a consumer protection move from Facebook and Google to ban these ads, and I don't think it's a forever thing. I think once more public education and once cryptocurrency has had a chance to really catapult itself into the mainstream more so than it already has, these bans will be slowly lifted or addended or what have you. Next up, which is kind of meme type news, is Playboy's accepting cryptocurrencies for its services. Now, the really good thing about this is it's a really awesome precedent being set by a media corporation to start accepting and using potentially some of these coins for gambling and some of the virtual reality sex shops or what have you that Playboy might have use for some of these blockchain technologies and some of these assets. It increases the popularity of these alternative payment methods of cryptocurrency, and hopefully, as it seems the direction is headed in, which Alex commented on in the NEM video, it seems that we are headed towards full-scale utilization in the next however many years. It's hard to say, but it looks like we're going to eventually be able to use regular cryptocurrency, whether it's in a limited amount or only the top 5 or what have you, but we should be able to eventually use cryptocurrency for goods and services rendered, to go buy groceries, to put gas in your car. It's Playboy jumping on board and potentially using the Vice industry token in some of their economies and some of their gambling setups. However they want to use that, these blockchain technologies can really flourish in those atmospheres, and it can therefore set a precedent for other media companies to do similar moves. Again, going with the proof of mass adoption and the direction that the overall cryptocurrency market is headed in towards using it for everyday goods and services. There's talk, and it is complete speculation, despite what the title might lead you to believe, that Amazon might be looking at Ripple or a type of blockchain technology similar to Ripple due to the transaction fees and due to some of the unique characteristics that Ripple has. The more people on the network, the faster it's going to go, and the more that it's utilized, the smaller the transaction fees will get. Having a company like Amazon bringing in millions of users, literally, in an instant, will absolutely drop those transactional fees to microscopic levels, which would be good. And the speculation is that there are a number of analysts that say that this would be a very wise for Amazon to jump into this, but there's no actual word from Amazon. But it would be huge for cryptocurrency in general, whether it's Ripple or any other coin that they choose. It would be amazing for the overall market capitalization of cryptocurrency. Having a look at the market cap right now, we haven't moved at all in the last 24 hours, still hovering at 330, give or take. Far cry from where we were a week ago. We were about $420 billion last week, and just a few months ago, we were almost at $1 trillion. We hit, I think, 700 and change billion. And we're waiting for more money to come in. Goldman Sachs and a bunch of financial analysts this week are just driving the price of Bitcoin down with a bunch of FUD saying that it could reach as low as $5,000. I'm not saying that they're not accurate with that. I would be surprised if it does hit that low. Nevertheless, I am expecting Bitcoin to continue to be bearish for a little while, drop quite a bit lower than the $8,000 that it is at right now. But as soon as we hit the bottom peak, I believe we will resurge, and I'm hoping to test $19,000 by the end of this year with a $1 trillion market cap, hopefully nearing the end of this year, if not shortly thereafter. Once again, if you haven't signed up for the Typerium mailing list, go ahead and do so now. It is a great project. I'm personally behind it. I personally believe in content creation platforms. I know the team is doing so much work on this project, and there's a lot of people very excited for this. Also, after you sign up for the Typerium mailing list, go and sign up for our Crypto Go-Go Telegram chat, because that's where you can get free Typerium token drops throughout the ICO period. That covers it for your crypto news. My name's Landon, you're watching Blockchained. We do multiple cryptocurrency news videos each and every day. Subscribe, like the video, and comment something of value to join the community and give me some feedback as to how we're doing and what you'd like to see moving forward. Happy investing, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.